Look at him sat on the floor. You'll hurt yourself doing that. You're too old to be sat on the floor. You're muted. You're muted. Unmute yourself.
Okay, how's this?
That's better.
And no big echo?
No.
Okay, cool, man. Thanks for joining me. Rip this bad boy open.
Yes.
So I got it Saturday, and no big damage, a little bit of scratches here and there, but no big footholes or nothing. Like a couple of little.
Yeah, I'll send that back.
Yeah, I'll send it back. Yeah. And I'll get my $500 Canadian back.
I'll send it back for you. Just send it to me. I'll send it back for you.
Sitting on this beautiful Kenner Stormtrooper pillow I made.
Very nice.
Oh, available in the Threadless store.
Are those in the merch store, by any chance?
All right, let's see if I have less struggle than Dino Machino.
Be difficult.
You're an echo.
He did struggle. Poor lad.
I was watching your video while I was kind of getting set up, man. Good stuff, Mark. Guy's got a cool little shop.
I'm very happy with it. I think me and Mark worked well together.
Have you met him before?
Only once, yeah, about 5 years ago.
Seems like a good guy.
Hey, cat.
All right, go away, Siri.
Did you do 25 push-ups?
Okay.
I don't think it can do 2.5. There we go. It's easy. Look.
I know it's
easy. Look at that. How easy is that?
We're too big.
Look at his collection. I'm looking at his collection. Oh, he's got the Playmobil DeLorean. Yeah, that's perfect, isn't it?
No puncture holes. I love the artwork, man. I follow this guy with the art.
Proper vintage, isn't it?
Yeah, so no major punctures. Like it survived its trip across country.
Cat says it's because you did the push-ups.
Looks good. I really like the box. Like that box that's the cat's ass.
Yeah.
And
I can see why people are keeping it in the box, to be honest with you.
Well, I don't get that because, to be honest, like, people are selling these now for $700 or whatever.
1,000.
Well, they're actually selling for 700. They're not selling for 1,000. You can still buy them.
Yeah, they have been doing. Yeah.
I've seen still buy them for 700. Yeah. People would be stupid to pay more.
Yeah.
Big bad toy store and such.
Yeah.
But even if I take it out, I could still sell it for the same price. It's not going to lose its value. Like,
unless the toy shop's got one for sale.
They do. Big Bad Toy Store has a whole bunch.
Yeah.
In stock.
That box would be a lot better if it said Peloton on the front instead of Kenner, though.
I can make you a sticker. It's not a super high quality box. It's actually quite thin when it comes to boxes. They can be thicker.
Yeah, they won't last 40 years like the old ones, will they?
I do hear some rattling inside, but I think that's just those carbonite blocks.
Yeah.
Okay, this is where Dean had troubles, but I got feet.
Hey, G-Force. Dino says good luck.
Dino, I did it.
You did it. See, Dino, it's easy.
Destructions.
It's got instructions.
All right,
it's got a stand.
Get the stand out before it falls out.
Quite nice stand, that.
Yeah, the stand's not bad at all. I'm glad they came with a stand because it does give you a more dynamic way to pose it. And on the back side, we got some carbonite and some feet also taped in there. So it is packed pretty safe to be straight up. It is packed well.
Yeah. Vintage sellotape.
My cat will be eating that tape in 5 minutes. So we got a couple.
Yeah.
Couple carbonites. They look good. They should, be in scale with all the figures, I would think.
Yeah, I think I would. I'd do a bit of chroming on those. Weather them a bit.
Paint does look really good. Like I could use more weathering on the solid gray plastic, but the silver looks sharp. Well, yeah, a little weathering on like parts like this. It's just plain Jane gray, but it depends how you display it, right? I think most people.
Yeah, I mean, you can put it with the landing gear down, or you can have it on the stand, can't you? So it doesn't really matter.
And nothing looks broken. Okay, so that's those parts. Now we got
Snarkin, Rolando.
This tape. Which instead of cutting, I'll just peel it off because there's this tape.
Yes, Rick does own some Funko Pops. How strange added figures.
All right, so we got. This is actually nice, heavy-duty plastic.
Yeah,
the most heavy-duty plastic I've seen Hasbro, make for anything so far. And they are keyed, so they only fit one way. All right, let's see. Job was good.
Yeah, nice. Are you keeping those?
Probably not. I don't, like I said, I'm not really collecting a vintage collection anymore. But I did keep all my vintage collection that were Mando related, just because I ordered this Razor Crest.
Yeah.
But over the past, month or two, I've decided I don't think I want to collect the vintage collection anymore. As much as I love them basically because of the card backs.
Yeah.
But that's
totally.
it. I don't need the super articulation. I'm too much of a fan of the actual vintage toys to really care. Like I liked where they're going with these, where they're bringing soft goods in for most of the characters that need them. Yeah. And I really wish they'd do that for Black Series because I'll be honest, I would be all over the Black Series if they had soft goods for like Good Fortune. And a little curl in the card, but nothing.
Yeah, it's a big
major,
and it's I'm very close to getting a TVC to get that signed instead, but I thought I better get Black Series because that's what I've got signed.
It's freaking phenomenal.
Yeah, it's all plastic and not soft goods.
Like that's if they can do that, then give me C-3PO and R2-D2 like tomorrow.
Totally.
Like that, you can't say you can't do it because you can do it.
Yeah, they just proved it.
You just won't do it. It'll probably cost $5 more, but whatever. And, tissue paper instead of plastic. So we see where Hasbro is going with that, right?
Yep.
This other part of the stand here. Done. Put those instructions there in case,
Need the instructions.
And here we got the girl and the other guy.
Yeah.
Which I think people have discovered these are most likely some comic book characters, and maybe we hear from them at some point. But yeah, none of these are wrapped in any plastic. Like the only thing wrapped in plastic is the Mando figure.
Yeah. I've just seen one of those go for £56 today. Well, it was at £56 with 5 minutes to go, so I unwatched it. So it might have gone for more.
And I've seen, it looks like it's a short pour. Like the left leg is a good 6 millimeters shorter than his other leg. But maybe not. It's just how it's packaged. I'm sure it's fine. I might open this. I might open not. Like I said, like I got this for my retro figures. That's and I'm very happy with.
Yeah, I got it put on eBay.
Like if this guy doesn't fit, I'll be choked. But I've seen people post pictures. He does fit. So, wow, this is a big fucking toy, man.
Well, Dino says it's the same size as the Falcon.
Yeah, I've seen the pictures comparing. Like, I do have the big Falcon. It's packed away because I definitely don't have room to display it anywhere. And I did have that that Royal Naboo Starship.
Oh, that is something I've been looking for. I would love that.
It was a nice big toy.
Yeah.
But again, it's
very underrated, is that?
It wasn't my bag. It was.
Yeah. But it must be juicing.
I've seen people actually taking off this wash, like getting some rubbing alcohol and taking off the black wash. So
I can see that. Yeah,
but it looks really good. Like they did get in all those cracks. Like it's.
Yeah, I'd probably give it a wash. I think.
And the distressed yellow paint looks very good in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like that. And hopefully we see a little bit of that distressed yellow paint when they make.
I'd definitely get me grumping out.
That Naboo fighter. That's cool. One thing I wish they would have did is send it with all of these panels off, so we had the joy of putting it together.
Yeah, I thought they were doing, because when they showed the video, it showed it all with all the panels off, didn't it?
Yeah, much like when you get your Playmobiles, you put your toy together, right? It's only 10 pieces, but I mean, you still put it together. Yeah, this is pretty cool, man. Again, it's keyed.
Yeah, it's pretty big. Wow.
I'm looking at it on camera. It doesn't look that big, but it's pretty big.
Yeah, it does look big, because I'm looking at your DeLorean and all your figures and things.
I like the relation. Nice and big.
I mean, your retro figures in scale with it.
Oh yeah, that's the coolest thing about it. Oh, this is off. Oh, it's actually broken. It's quite thin plastic, to be very honest. That's very, very thin.
Yeah.
If I drop that could probably break. It wouldn't bounce.
Yeah, that's a bit worrying. Dino says he's keeping all his figures on card.
Yeah, I will too. That's what
displaying Razor Crest with retro figures. That's what Rick's doing. Yeah.
All right, so.
Yeah, surprisingly pre-built. Yeah.
So it's one way, right?
Yeah.
And it doesn't really snap in, so like you can take this off. It's not.
Yeah, it just slides.
Unlike I think the big TIE fighter, people can't take those wings off or something. The big Black Series TIE fighter.
Like an Ewok village.
Yeah.
They can't take those bloody things off without snapping the pegs.
I got a rubber tote with I might have 3 or 4 Ewok villages in a tote. Yeah. And I'm afraid to put them together because the last time I took them apart, I did snap.
Well, if you've got a spare one, I've got room for one.
I might have a spare one.
I
have a full Ewok set.
Yeah.
Treehouse, and I have a full Robin Hood playset.
I like the Robin Hood one better.
Oh yeah, the Robin Hood one, just because
you can put the Robin Hood on Robin Hood one on top of the Ewok one, can't you?
Well, what I did, instead of on top of it, you just make it bigger.
Yeah.
You put 2 or 3 of them together. So I have maybe like 3.5 Ewok sets, so you can kind of put them together, like add a branch here, add a thing here.
Yeah, that'd work. I'm just looking at the top of my Detolf, and I could probably.
I don't even want to put the legs on. Like
could fit 2 on there. Yeah, I think you can display it with the legs on, can't you? With the stand, with it landed, or with it flying.
They don't tuck in or nothing. Much like the big Falcon, like I've got a box with those legs in it that I'll never use.
Well, you can display it landed, or you can display it as flying, can't you? as such.
Okay. So no hinge on this. It just comes off quite easily. Yeah. But it's a lot thicker than those other panels. It doesn't bend or nothing.
Yeah.
But okay, let's find out if Mando fits. His knees don't bend, so I don't know. It's gonna be kind of silly. There we go. When they built this, they must have considered that I'm going to be putting my retro figs in there. Otherwise, why would they even produce this? If Rick is not happy, right? It's all about me. Yeah, that's rad, man. That's freaking rad. Get Cara Dune in there,
Smirky wants some of the play sets. Yeah, they are cool.
I don't know if you can just stand for now. Yeah, I like that a lot. Oh, wait. Baby. And the retro collection, the baby, is so much bigger.
They're all the same size.
Well, no, this is like twice the size as the vintage collection one. Like it's quite different, but it's cool because the vintage collection one is so small. It's like a blaster size. It's so small. Yeah, no little peg holes. I don't see any peg holes in the cockpit, but Yoda just falls off. But oh well. All right, front first. All right, now it doesn't go in. There we go. Oh.
G-Force is saying, check to make sure the front landing gear door stays shut.
Yeah, I'm not even trying to pull those off. I don't need to, so I'll just leave it for now.
Yeah.
Okay, this is what was rattling in the box. I knew I heard something. Pretty cool little gimmick.
Vern says, are you going to load some fireworks to recreate the scene from the show?
Definitely, man. Like, that's the only reason I spent $500 Canadian, so I can go blow this up in the park.
Yeah.
But we'll leave it at the StarWars.com. They like to do that kind of shit because I don't know if you remember, but a couple of years ago they actually blew up. They blew up the katana, and I don't even have a katana. So nice work, Hasbro.
Yeah.
Yeah, the back landing ramp, very cool. Perfect for loading up a blurg. So I can definitely see a blurg in the near future. I really like it. I don't get the teal. I don't know why it's this turquoise teal inside. Like, I don't remember any turquoise teal inside the Razor Crest. I know Cara Dune wears it on her uniform. Mando has it on his shoulder pad, but other than that, yeah.
Might be in honor of her.
Gray would have been better, I think. Like, yeah. So I guess you just put the legs inside.
Yeah, you show everything inside.
For safe storage.
Yeah.
Yeah, this will be really good for taking photographs. So, like, I really look forward to taking it across the street to the park. Go to the sandbox. Yeah, see if it flies. Go play in the sandbox. See if any little kids come up and want to play with it. I gotta hope not. Yeah, so without even looking at the instructions, no stickers to put on. Unfortunately, I like stickers. Yeah, a lot of panels. Oh, there's a little basket. There's a little basket you can put the baby in. Yeah, man. So, I got
a
couple of these front guns. Those are weathered up pretty good. I've seen a guy just yesterday re-weather these guns completely, and it looks fantastic because it's kind of a blue plastic, which I don't know, a weird choice. Again, I could use a gray, a solid,
it's like a gunmetal gray, isn't it?
Yeah, like you can see, there's gray at the top.
Yeah,
and then it goes to this, not the turquoise color, but it's in between turquoise and gray. It looks metal, I guess, if that's their. All right, no.
Perhaps there was a sale on turquoise paint.
Yeah. They had so much left over after the Cara Dune thing.
Yeah. Yeah, they didn't need turquoise paint anymore for Cara Dune. So they used it on the Razor Crest.
What is this? There's no way that gun goes on there, so.
Rafi's freaking out for you, Rick.
These guns do not fit. The hole is like half the size as the peg.
Okay, instructions.
I am. It says plug them in. This is about 6 millimeters bigger than this hole.
Is it for the other side? Are there different sizes on each side?
Oh, I guess I just gotta force it. That's all.
Use the force.
And of course, it's the wrong one. Yeah, it's just that. And then you can pull them out without breaking them. Yeah, a couple of visible screws from the bottom, but you know, I don't think anyone's looking at it from the bottom.
No.
And then we got this baggie with all the bags in it and the accessories that I see people having a really hard time putting in the accessories locker because it's so small, and people's adult chubby fingers don't fit very well.
It's a toy. It's for kids.
There you go. Styrofoam. Not a lot to it. Like, I will have to play with it and take all these panels off, and maybe make a little video that's high definition and some cool music in the background. But yeah, man, this is a beast of a toy. Like, it's not as wide as the Falcon, but definitely just as big as the big Millennium Falcon and the big AT-AT, which is one of my favorite vehicles to date by far. But the paint on this, like, from what I recall, there was no paint applications on the Millennium Falcon. There might have been a little bit of paint on the feet of the AT-AT. I'm thinking, no, that was the Return of the Jedi.
Yeah, that was
They made an Endor version that had some
one, Power with the Force.
The Hoth one,
yeah,
I think I have both. The Hoth one, I don't think has any paint whatsoever.
No.
So this is a good step up that they're painting these toys. I don't have any vintage collection shipped, so I don't know if they do a lot of paint applications, but I don't think so.
You need to get a Slave 1 now, then.
Yeah, the Slave 1 I don't think has any of this weathering. I think it just has, the green and the rust paint where it should be. But yeah, now that I have this, that Slave 1 would be a nice pickup to have. But I'm happy with my actual Kenner Slave 1. Yeah, man, the engineering and stuff involved in making this is, I think Mark Brudeau, I think this is one of the last projects he worked on, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
He may have
he's been very ill, hasn't he? He's been very ill.
Hopefully
recently.
He has a speedy and a safe recovery from whatever the ailment is. But it was a super pleasure to meet him in Chicago a couple of years ago and get him to sign some stuff for me.
Yeah, I'd love him to sign my Falcon. Oh.
Well, that's what I saw people were bringing. They were bringing that trap door inside the Falcon and getting them to sign it. I'm like, oh man, I could have just fit that in my pocket. I should have brought that.
That's the first thing I'd have done.
I will bring a bunch of stuff like that just in case this year. You never know, right?
I think I'd have got the back panels.
I'll bring a panel off of this and try and get sign this too. Like Mr. Stevie has his katana set up in his office at home, and he's got the signatures all over it from all the Hasbro people that worked on it, and I think it looks fantastic. Good on him for doing that. And then he was nice enough to buy one and donate it to a fan on Instagram, and I think he's about to start that road trip soon. He's documenting his road trip to deliver a Razor Crest to one lucky fan in the U.S.
Ah, lovely.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Vern, if you haven't opened this yet, get on it, buddy. Lots of videos coming with Vern if he's doing it.
Oh, totally.
All right, so
GeForce hasn't opened his. Well, he might have done since, but I don't think he was going to open it. So
I think GeForce did because I think it's behind him.
Did he?
I could be wrong.
Oh, little tinker.
These guys are great.
Hey.
I think I got about 15 Jawas.
Wow, I've only got one. I love them.
Oh, I'll tell you this story about how I got all these Jawas. I used to have ads on Craigslist. I still do, but I don't really update them anymore. But for many years, I put ads on Craigslist. You know, I'm buying your toys, buying your toys. And then, yeah, I found some toys that way. And one lady's like, oh, I got this one little ship full of Jawas. Are you interested? And she showed me a picture. I'm like, yep. And she had an escape pod, and there was 12 of these jammed in there. 12 of them. And I think there was like 4 or 5 of the blasters. But I mean, I think I gave her $100 at the time. It was a while ago.
Wow.
But as an Army Builder fan, yeah, I picked up a whole bunch of Jawas. I love them. Same with my Tuskens and Stormtroopers. But yeah, they go so well with these retro figs. Like, I'm so happy that Hasbro's going in this direction, making these toys. Like, look how cool Quill.
They need to do a Sandcrawler.
Like, that's perfect. Yes, I would like a Sandcrawler. Even if they just take the existing Kenner one and paint it up and add some accessories and maybe a light or a sound or two, I would be totally happy with that. But now I think we know if we want a Sandcrawler, we want it to be like 200% bigger to compete with this bad boy.
Totally.
And hopefully it wouldn't be a $500 item like this, and be a $200 retail item for the vintage collection. I can see it. No. Put a vintage collection box on it with the Kenner logo.
Yeah,
they'd sell a whole bunch. I think any vehicle at this point they could re-release, or because I know there's lots of vehicles they haven't released for the vintage collection, like speeder bike, cloud car. Like I'm OG, so like the speeder bike is a no-brainer to me. Put it in a similar green box. Vintage collection.
I love my speeder bikes, that's my favorite. It's my favorite.
Yeah, no, I know you do. I know you love it. I love it too. It's always been one of my favorite vehicles, and it just blows me away why some of these vehicles don't exist as vintage collection.
The mini rigs.
My cat's checking it out now.
Retro mini rigs.
Oh man, put them in a Mando box.
Yeah.
With what's that tripod gun that we saw in
web cannon. Yeah.
All right, let's see what the first thing he bites is. It's pretty big, eh, buddy? Yeah.
And is this why I'm not eating?
Yeah, no, he ate, man. He doesn't let me walk 3 feet without reminding me to feed him. And if Hasbro doesn't make all these cool retro figs, there's plenty of talented people out there.
Certainly is, yeah.
These are both from Has No Talent on Instagram. And these are, I'm not going to lie, these are some of the coolest action figures I've
had. That is really cool.
And these are made by like one guy.
Yeah.
Like they're not, I'm pretty sure he's not having these mass produced. I think he's doing his own injection molding, hand painting these. But I don't understand how, because, he'll make and sell 50 at a time. And as an artist, like that would take a long time. And, he's charging a premium. Like, I think these both cost me like $75 US each.
Wow.
Or, $50 minimum, but they are so worth it. Like, these are better than
they're not kit bashed, are
they? Same with Black Series. Like, these even, like, this has a rocket firing jetpack for crying out loud.
Oh my God. Yeah, they're not kit bash figures, are they?
No, he 100% sculpted
new molds, aren't they?
On the computer. He's he's a little higher end than not higher end, but he's a digital sculptor, as you can tell by the details. Especially this guy, and this is a vac metal black. Like, and he's done
that's amazing.
Now he's doing the Macquarie
oh, really?
Figures. So he's got Darth Vader in this similar vac metal. And who did I see today? Today it's the Luke Starkiller in the blue outfit that General Giant with a jumbo of. So he's made that as a figure
with the mask on.
Yeah. But
nice.
Why Hasbro doesn't step up and make here's 6 Macquarie figures, including droids and Boba Fett or whoever you do. Like, they don't want to make money. I don't know what it is. They sure wanted to make money when they announced the Rancor, but I'm telling you, announce 6 more retro figures like Macquarie line or Solo or Rogue One.
Yeah.
And they'll make way more money than they would on a silly Rancor beast. But I'm not gonna lie, I would, now that I have this, a 6-inch scale Rancor would be pretty rad. I don't know where it would go because it would stand like, like a small child. But yeah, it's pretty cool, man. Like, I think they picked the right vehicle. I hope it comes back in some shape or form. Maybe a new model with some modified guns and a different paint job. But
yeah.
So Hasbro can re-release this again with the new paint job, right? I could see that happening. And I'm also curious how many places like Big Bad Toy Store, how many they were able to order like lawfully. Because if Hasbro on their website, HasLab, says limit of 5 per people, I can almost guarantee you Big Bad Toy Store bought more than 5 of them.
Oh, yeah.
But
it's not difficult to do, is it? Just a few people with different accounts.
Yeah, I know, but does Hasbro not catch on to that? Like, oh, all 38 of these are going to the same house. We should cancel, 32 of those orders. Like, so we're being fair to all the collectors. Because it's, in a way, like it's sold out, right? Like when they do these HasLabs and the cutoff date. Now, so that means they actually can't make more money.
Oh, yeah.
Like, once they make their goal, why not just keep it open? Sell another 500 to the people who didn't have $500 on their credit card January 1st or whenever the cutoff date was. It's not going to bother me. Like I'm disappointed I couldn't get the damn katana because at the time they're like, okay, here's a katana. You got to pay $500 in 3 weeks. And I'm like, I don't have $500 in 3 weeks to spare. Yeah. But if it was in 6 weeks, I might. So I'm a little disappointed that like they actually wouldn't allow me to buy it because that's what I'm calling. I'm like, you didn't let me buy it. You gave me a deadline, and I don't know. I'd still want one. I would trade this today for.
They know that us, the Star Wars collectors, have that fear of missing out. So
I get it.
They know what they're doing, don't they?
And I get it now because I didn't get the katana. I missed out, and that sucks to be me. But I mean, I don't print money for a living. Like I do have budgets every month and stuff, and I can't always.
No, you print pins for a living.
Yeah, exactly. And I can't always like spend $500 on a silly toy like this. Like,
I think the only reason I didn't get the sale badge to start off with was space at the time. Where I was living, I didn't have the space to put it.
For sure, I hear you, Mark. Like my place, like I had to move shit to clear up. 4 square feet of floor space here. I don't have it.
It happens. Look, like all the stuff I got last week. All that stuff I got last week, I've had to move other stuff to get in the cabinets, and I've done it, and it's all chock-a-block.
I wonder how big this is compared to your Playmobil Enterprise. I like to see those side by side. This is probably 2.5 feet long.
Yeah, this is 42-inch long.
Yeah, very comparable.
I think it's longer, isn't it? But I don't know. Maybe about the same width.
Yeah. And that was what? At peak, it was what, 300 pounds? $400, something like that?
When it first came out, I think it was about 400, 350, 400. I got it for 270.
Yeah, I think they're just about 500 in Canadian funds. You can still get them. I know the one big toy store here, Toy Traders. I'm pretty sure he would have.
The good thing about the Enterprise, though, it does sound effects and you can do things with it.
Yeah,
lights up and sound effects, and
I'm assuming that the Star Trek license is a fraction of what the Star Wars license would be. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure the Star Wars license is one of the more expensive licenses to acquire.
They do seem to be picking up a lot of licenses, though. Playmobil.
That's good. The Knight Rider one's a good obscure one from 35 years ago, so it's good to see that.
Yeah.
It's not as many licenses as Funko Pop has, but
no.
I don't think anyone's got that many licenses.
No.
Yeah, that's definitely, it's prety good. The silver paint is nice. It's not vac metal chrome, but I understand why it's not vac metal chrome. As I mentioned, the Has No Talent guy, he actually designed and built he called it the Mudhorn 1 or something. A vehicle almost the exact same size, and it's all vac metal. Like, look for pictures of it. It would blind your eyes if a light hit it in the wrong spot because it's all vac metal.
That's what got me when they said, "Oh, we're doing the pram in vac metal." I thought, well, why are you doing the all in vac metal?
Yeah, like that's some of the nicest vac metal I've seen. Like, that's top of the line vac metal.
See, if we've got a Mando figure with the Beskar in vac metal, that would be amazing.
Yeah, I think that could be an exclusive anniversary type of figure, much like they did those gold.
Now, well, we know they can do it, but now they have done it, they should do it more.
Well, and other companies are doing it too, like Super 7. They have their retro GI Joes, and the Cobra Commander has a vac metal visor. It's just a small application, but it can be done. I think the original reasoning was it's not good for the environment. But I think 2021, there's probably ways of doing that it is okay for the environment and not as damaging as it may have been in the 70s and 80s and 90s. I could be wrong.
Yeah.
It's paint. All paint is somehow, not good for the environment until they make it better, right? And I think, like a lot of people that live in places where there's asbestos in their ceilings or in their walls, like you can't it's hard just to rip that shit out and replace it 40 years later, but that's a complete renovation. But yeah, that's the Razor Crest unboxed. And to be honest, it'll sit here for a couple days. I'll get some photos and some pictures with my retro figs, and maybe I'll put a bunch of Jawas around it just because I have a bunch of Jawas. And get some better, photos for the Instagram and whatnot. But I'm quite happy with this. Probably the second most expensive collectible item I've ever bought.
Right. Wow.
At about $500 Canadian. My most expensive, I think I've told you before, was my Han Solo blaster replica.
Yeah.
That actually cost me $500 US plus shipping. But I love that. I don't think I could ever sell that replica. Like, it's my only replica, and it's not a toy, mind you. Like, I had to lie to get it in Canada because they're actually illegal in Canada. You can't have replica blasters of actual guns, like
no,
made from Mausers and stuff. Like, you can, but you got to sign.
Yeah, it's like this one that was on my video today. It was pre the days where you had to get it licensed, and it's legal.
Oh, is that right?
It is.
Yeah, it's totally cool.
It is illegal because it's a proper Mauser.
Yeah. I have one
they registered and everything, so it's all right.
I think it's okay in the States.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's gun license. It's totally different, isn't it? From anywhere in the world. So making those Star Trek license now, I think it's going to be coming into a golden era now. I think with Playmates getting the Star Trek license again.
Yeah, no doubt.
So they're making the Star Trek 4. The Star Trek 4 is going to be brilliant.
Because I don't think you can show these kind of things on the YouTube, but I bought my replica Han Solo blaster from a reputable prop maker in the US. Yeah. And I've also watched lots of movies or videos on how that was made, what parts were used. Yeah. So besides my actual blaster that someone already made by machining parts and scopes and whatnot, I bought like the blank that they used to make it. So this is the Mauser blank.
Mauser, yeah. It's got the red. Yeah, you've got to have the red bit on the end.
Yeah, it's not real.
Yeah.
But it is metal, and it is. I'm sure if I wanted to make it real, I could, but it's not meant to ever be.
Mark in Brooks Collectibles, you saw that one, which was a proper Mauser.
Yeah, it was the same thing.
It did have another one in the cabinet, which was purely 3D printed. Yeah, that one was really heavy. The proper one was really, really heavy.
Yeah. This
and
is probably
the 3D
pounds.
one was
This is
really light.
15 pounds.
Yeah.
With the actual wood grip and stuff. Like,
so yeah, if I had that, I would get all the 3D printed bits and just make it into a proper.
Oh no, don't get a 3D. Guys make and sell all the proper machine, the scope.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. No,
all
yeah.
the greeblies.
Yeah, because it was all it was, and everything in Star Wars were all just bits and pieces that I found and just shoved on the guns, and the lightsaber was a flash handle, and just all bits that they found, and they just cobbled it all together.
Yeah. I totally love all that.
You can still find all those bits.
Yeah, so now that I have this base to build one, I will eventually build one. I'll get the scope from a scope maker guy, get the greeblies from another guy. There's 8 templates to follow. There's a couple of holes you got to drill and whatnot, but it's not rocket science. You don't need to, solder it or anything. It's just screws and bolts, and even sticky tape. There's one part that just glues on, like it's a little greebly thing. So I haven't acquired any of those greeblies yet, but they're not hard to get. And like you said, you can also 3D print them so your gun doesn't weigh 75 pounds when you're done, because my hand tool blaster, it probably weighs 20 pounds. Like, I don't know how someone could carry that. Like, to be honest, if I was in a war and right now carrying
that's what we were saying, that
20 pounds.
That it has a stormtrooper blaster as well. You saw that in the video. You had a stormtrooper blaster, and he said they were so heavy that the actors were complaining, so they had to remake them in the Empire Strikes Back lighter.
Yeah, so they'll make the one original prop and get the okay from George, and then now let's copy it and make it out of rubber and foam and wood and whatever we got to do, right? Because that's a big part of it too. You just because if you're gonna bang someone on the head, make sure it's the foam one and not the real steel one, because these are steel. Like, it's not aluminum, it's steel, and steel is heavy.
Yeah, Smirking, I want a 3D print. If I hadn't spent that money this week, I'd have probably bought one, because I'm that close to getting one. I really do want a 3D printer.
Yeah, I think I do too, Mark. I think over the past 3 or 4 years, I watch a lot of and follow a lot of different guys on YouTube besides the toy guys. Also, the 3D printers, and
I think I'm going to have to bite the bullet and get one.
That Chris Perello, who's always doing Twitch.
Yes, Chris, yeah.
But he's got the, like, if I'm going to get a 3D printer, I'm going to get the resin 3D printer.
Right.
Like, because they're only a couple $100 more. It's not like they're thousands of dollars. You can buy one for $250 US.
Yeah.
You can only make things this big. But I don't think I want to make things much bigger than that. Like, if I'm going to make a Jabba's playset out of 3D printed parts, I think the best way to go about that is to make your playset out of wood and foam and sensor plastic, and so it's light and stuff, right?
Yeah, I mean,
and you 3D print all the accessories, like the Silicious Rum rotisserie rack and the chairs. And
well, when we did that Hasbro thing and they showed the Jabba's Palace, I thought that is beautiful. I was that close to getting it. Then they said the price, but then I thought I could do that. I think I'm going to do that out of cardboard. We've got a program over here called Blow Peter where they just make things out of cardboard. I think I'm just going to make one out of cardboard.
I'm a huge fan of cardboard and styrofoam,
3D printed bits, and
like I don't know for 100%, but let's say I know for 90%. This was designed in a 3D program.
Yep.
He 3D printed it and then cleaned it up if you need to clean it up and, do some details. And then he would cast an injection mold, 50 or 20 or however many he's making. But if you look at these up close, you see them in your hand, you could not tell anyone that's 3D printed. You can never tell.
No.
It was at one time.
This what gets me about Hasbro. It still takes them 12 months to make a figure.
Well, like that Rancor that they showed us, that they didn't sell us.
Yeah,
that was 3D printed right there. They 3D printed it in-house.
The quality's not that good, so they can just knock them out anywhere. Yeah, 40 years ago, it took them 12 months to make a figure, and it still takes them 12 months to make a figure. You've got computers. You're not making them out of bloody wax anymore or wood. You're doing them on a computer. You're 3D printing, and then
part of the reason it takes a year or 9 months or 11 months for them to make a toy, that is the production side of it. So like making the molds.
Oh yeah, you got to make the molds and everything like that.
Like for me, as an example, like when they make a mold for my pins, that probably takes a day.
Yeah,
like 8 hours for them to,
Depends how many you're making, doesn't it? Really, so how good the mold's going to be.
You're
making thousands and thousands and thousands. You got to have a good mold. If you're making a couple of hundred, you don't need a good mold.
For an action figure, like you're making, like you've seen pictures how many molds they use. They might use one mold. They might have 2 or 3 molds to equal all the parts you need in an action figure. So they can be done, let's say, in a week or 2. But those manufacturers don't only make that one toy for that one company. They make toys for 82 companies.
Yeah. So
they've all got to be set in production and scheduled. You can't always get bumped to the front of the line because, your name's Hasbro and you make a new Star Wars toy. So they make other people's toys too, like the G.I. Joes and the Fortnites and you name it, right? They all got to be scheduled. So I do understand why it takes so long. Like even with my Gentle Giant work, like I've designed some stuff that's well over almost at a year now. They haven't even promoted it yet. And I'm like, hurry up and promote it because it should be in production by now.
I want to tell people.
It should be in production by now. And it's not. So it does take a year for them to show you a prototype. Here's the new blah, blah, blah. Order now. And then 8 months later, you'll get it, right? So
they don't need to know how many to make, though, I suppose, as well. So like when they do pre-order them, but then again,
in a way,
they sell out of pre-orders. So I just, it's just
that's the one part that makes me not understand is how do you sell it over pre-order?
Yeah,
because they're not made yet. You just add another 100 to the pre-order, or add another 500, or 1,000, or 28,000. If you sell 100,000 of these, why would you not try to sell 100,000 of them? Like, why stop at, what was it, 25,000 or 40,000, something like that? I know they made twice as much of these as they did, some of the other. What's the last one they just did? Well, the Ranko, for example, it didn't make a quarter of, I think it was 40,000 of these that got made.
But the Ranko was the same price as that, wasn't it?
Yeah, it would have been like $500 Canadian. Yeah.
Look at that. That is brilliant. A Ranko is just a big figure, basically, isn't it?
It is. It's very cool though. Like I have a resin model kit of a Rancor from the late 80s.
Oh, I've got my vintage one up there. I love it.
It's a beautiful model kit. Like if they just take that resin model kit that they made in the late 80s and just double it 200%, to 6-inch scale, man, people could buy those kits for a couple $100, put them together yourself, paint them up. It's not articulated, but I mean, how many people want to articulate their Rancor? Like I think once you get it, you put it in a pose and it stays in that pose, much like every action figure on most people's shelves. And then you get into your photography and your posing like G-Force and whatnot. So I understand why there is articulated features to these toys. Yeah. But if you look at like what the companies like Gentle Giant and Sideshow do with their statues, they're very popular. They sell hundreds and hundreds and thousands of those things. And they're just a static prop, much like Funko Pops. Like they just sit there and do frick all. They bobble their heads. Yay, it's articulated. But actually, that's because Funko's not allowed to make articulated Star Wars
action figures. Yeah, it's only the Marvel and Star Wars that bobble.
And I didn't know that until just a couple of years ago.
Yeah, all right.
I do have like some Mr. T Funkos.
Yeah,
stuff like that, and they don't have a stand. And I'm like, well, how come Star Wars do? And I found out, well, they have to. That's part of their license deal. It's weird, but it's the way it is.
Bubble lights. They can't be action figures.
Which ones?
The the Star Wars and the Marvel, they've got to be bobbleheads. They can't be action figures.
Oh, the Marvel too. Is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, I
It's
didn't
Star Wars
realize
and
that.
Marvel. Yeah.
Oh yeah, because I have some Hulks. My Hulks aren't on stands, but they do bobble, and I understand
Yeah.
some of the other ones don't bobble, do they?
No.
Which is weird because I think of them all as bobbleheads. That's how Funko got started. Is they made that
Yeah.
that toy bobblehead
Yeah, that's the misnomer, isn't it? That everybody thinks that they're all bobbleheads, but they're not.
because they all look like bobbleheads.
Vinyl statues, I think they're called on the box.
Yeah, I do like. I'm not gonna lie. I've got like 30 Funko Pops. They are pretty cool because I think they're very much, in the style of the Kenner.
Yeah.
Like, if you take away that head, it's a
Well,
pretty
I
cool
think
little action figure.
I think that they're a gateway for younger people, for girls or whatever, to start collecting.
And I would go
There's
on
a
a
place
limb
for
and
them.
say this is probably the best selling toy in the world is Funko
Oh
Pop.
yeah, every shop's got them.
I
Every
don't
shop's
think
got
I'm
'em.
wrong. I'm pretty sure that it is the most selling toy in the world,
Yeah.
unless they're not popular in
I had
Asia.
so many when I had my shop. I had so many in the shop. So many I sold. Deadpool and Harley Quinn were the best sellers.
Yeah, they're very big here too in the privately owned stores, like toy stores, comic stores, and whatnot. EB Games here, which is now GameStop, they have a whole wall of them. So they changed
Yeah.
their store layout from 90% video games and 10% toys to now it's 50-50. Now it's like 40% Funko Pops.
Yeah, I had
bunch
a
of
massive
toys.
wall of Funkos in the shop.
But Walmart's here and nothing. Like they might have one little section of Funko Pops in the video game department, the video department. And they probably got like maybe a total of 40 Funko Pops in the whole store, which is weird because Toys R Us here has like an aisle. Like they have a wall of Funko Pops, like
Yeah.
hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of any individual Funko Pop at any given time. And much like the Toy Traders store here in Vancouver, which I need to go visit, and basically I would take a 10-hour video to visit that store because there's so much.
My couple of
so much
videos last
to
2
take in.
days.
Well, it's bigger than Toys R Us. Like it's
Yeah.
twice the size and it's twice the product. Like he has an aisle of Funko Pops, and the aisle is like you're an aisle at the biggest grocery store that you have. Like it's like 300 feet long, and it's just Funko Pops like for days.
Yeah.
And I don't love the Funko Pops, but I understand like they are
No, I don't.
collectible as F. Like
I think people have a difficult relationship with them, don't they? I have certainly have a
hate them.
difficult.
I think they're the devil, but it's because they're addictive.
on the
Like
shelves,
crack
it's
cocaine.
I've got the V Funko Pop there because that's the only V thing you can find, and I would like to get all the V Funkos.
Oh, the V, yeah.
Yeah, but
Funkos, I don't get too like I missed out on an early Mr. T one. Now, if I want that early Mr. T Funko Pop, I've got to go on the secondary market and spend hundreds of dollars.
Yeah.
And I don't get that. Like,
well, that's it. I've got a Jessica Jones
more
one.
Funko, like re-release it.
I've got
because
a couple
they
that
do
are
re-release
pretty rare.
stuff sometimes.
Yeah.
So, but yeah,
layer bull showing up there.
You've got a couple.
Yeah, I've got a few still in boxes. Got Jessica Jones. I've got Robin from Stranger Things, Kira, Connix, Captain Carter, Black Widow. I've got
these
a few.
guys too. These are also made by Funko. The minis.
Yeah.
I love these. These are awesome. These sell for like $15.
Wow.
But I've never paid more than like $3 for these because they always go on clearance at one of my local grocery stores. So I bought a couple of boxes, I bought like 40 boxes of these at one point just to try and get a bunch. And I got so many doubles and triples. I'm like, you know what? Screw this. Even at $3, I was wasting money because I'd go and I'd spend $30 and I'd get 20 of them. and 7 of them would be like Chewbacca. And I'm like, what the hell, man? Like, that's why I don't like blind boxes. I think those are very bad for the collecting industry. They're good if you like to make money and you're suckering people into buying 10 of something when they only want one. But I mean, don't do that, man. Especially for kids' toys. Like, you can't. If a kid gets $10 allowance, and he blows it on one of these Funko blind boxes, and he gets home and opens it. Oh, I've already got this one. What's that kid gonna do? Go sell it on eBay? No, he doesn't have a credit card or, shit like that. Like, he might be able to trade it.
Hopefully he's got friends at school or something like that he can swap them with.
Yeah, that's totally true.
That's what we used to do.
Because I did that as a kid too.
Get stickers, football stickers, and we used to fill his books, swap them with people at school.
Yeah, no doubt. And these guys too, these Masters of the Universe also made some little mini guys.
All right.
And these are great. Like the detail on these things. These I think are about $7.99 here. And I buy them whenever I see them. And they're not blind box. You know what you're getting. They're
all right. Yeah.
So that's a great, like, to me, that's good marketing. Like put the toy in a.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
So I don't have to buy 20 of them and hope I get Beastman.
Yeah.
I just buy Beastman if that's what I want, because I don't like all of them. I just like certain characters, right?
Well, it's like the Lego blind bags. I got that's the only
ones.
But
those are only $3 or $4, aren't they?
The Marvel ones.
How much? $5 in the UK? £5?
£3.50.
Yeah, see, that's cool. That's like buying a bottle of Coke or a bag of chips or something. Like, it's not. You're not spending your whole paycheck on a couple of Lego minifigs.
Yeah.
But what's crazy about the Lego minifigs is, like, ones that they made like 5 years ago, people can sell them for hundreds of dollars on the secondary market because they're not available anymore. And that's crazy, because I'm gonna go out on a limb and think more kids buy those Lego minifigures than adult collectors like us. But I know they're popular with all age groups.
It's like the ones out of the boxes, out of the sets. I remember the Greedo. I had the Greedo.
Yes.
Then that was the only Greedo that they ever released. Sold it for like something like £200 or something stupid like that.
Lego does a lot of that too, where they'll put a figure in with a vehicle but change it a little bit so it's a little more exclusive, right? And it makes sense. That's part of that industry as well too.
The Bespin Luke, I think they've only ever done 2 of those.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
And then with Lego too, what gets me is like I'll just take an example: the Land Speeder, Luke's Land Speeder. There's got to be 8 different versions of that by now.
There's one every year.
And they're all, one's an inch longer than the last one, or 2 inches longer, or has one different figure, or an extra sand person or something.
I've just done the Hoth Scout Walker.
Yeah, I like the scale of that.
And they're bringing another one out this year.
Same size.
It's smaller. I don't know if it's going to be like one of the little mini things where you put the figure in.
Yeah, those are cute because they're affordable, like $10, I think. Here, you get a figure and a little ship. Yeah, I have seen people
pocket money toys.
The Razor Crest Lego, it looks good. Like I would consider that. I don't think I've even seen that in store here. It's pretty popular. So if my Walmart gets a box of them, they would sell pretty quick. But they do have a lot of the new Batmans. They got a big display.
Yeah,
and
I do want that Batmobile.
2 days later, they were almost all gone. So I can tell what toys sell just based on
that Naboo Starfighter that's coming out. That will sell out.
And you notice that's the only one, Mark, that's not out until in the fall.
Yeah,
because what I was kind of saying before, Lego wasn't told 6 months in advance, oh, we're making a silver Naboo Starfighter. They found out when we did. But they did know about the throne room because we saw it last Christmas.
Yeah, that's like a year old, isn't it?
So that's in the store now. What else did I see? Chris saw the Mando helmet, those little, quarter scale helmets they make, which look okay. Like, they look better than those super deformed ones. Like, he pulled out that Ahsoka blockhead looking thing. like Minecraft looking. Like those are the
Yeah,
stupidest
I know.
things.
I don't usually go in for them, but it was Ahsoka, so I had to get it.
But are those not the stupidest things that they've ever
Yeah.
made?
Oh, of course they are. They're up there with Funko Pops, aren't they?
Like I think my
They are.
Walmart
They are Lego's version of Funko Pops, aren't they?
from 4 years ago. Like, because I don't think
Yeah.
they've ever sold
Yeah.
them. But that's me. Like, I think those are ugly. But I mean, the helmets are getting better.
Oh, they
The
are.
helmets look
Yeah.
pretty good.
Yeah. But that's probably the only one. If they do a Princess Leia, I'll probably get that as well. But yeah, that is the only one I've got and one I really want.
Oh, you mean like those Bionicle style figures, Princess Leia?
Yeah, though, yeah. I didn't. I was tempted by the speeder bike, so I love the speeder bike.
Yeah,
I never got it. The only one I got was the Kylo Ren because I found it for about 50p or something like that in a charity shop.
These are those was it Galaxy of Adventures, Galaxy of Heroes? These are straight up phenomenal action figures.
Yeah.
They're
I've got the Ahsoka one, Galaxy of Adventures, is it?
Yeah. What I don't get is these are also made by Hasbro, but they're better quality than Black Series and Vintage Collection. I don't get that. How is this better than my Black Series figures? It's made by the same company in the same factory, I would think.
Oh, look at.
But I think these are made in a superior factory.
Look at the Mission Fleet.
Yeah, Mission Fleet are great too.
That the articulation on that.
And then Disney Toy Box, which is not made by Hasbro, are probably the best quality Star Wars figures that exist, in my opinion, when it comes to paint applications and quality of plastic. Like, these are phenomenal. And this scales okay with the Razor Crest, believe it or not. Like, I don't think I could put them in the seat, but if I was taking photos, have them in the distance.
Yeah, that looks really good, yeah.
It's painted perfectly.
Yeah, totally.
They have that quick draw action, which, is kind of silly, but yeah, the Mando looks good. The rest look very cartoony. But yeah, man, that's my unboxed Razor Crest. Oh, Canada style. And then Jackson approves. So yeah, thanks everyone for stopping by, and especially Mark for keeping me some company and let me have someone to yap at while I'm playing with this bad boy.
I'm most good at that.
But yeah, I'm gonna be posting a couple of images today, teasing for what I'm releasing tomorrow. Some new pre-orders that I'll have. Maybe a sticker pack, maybe a couple pins. You'll have to wait and see. But thanks for everyone for stopping by. If you can, please, unless your thumbs are broken, hit that like button. If you're not already subscribed,
that's a good one.
Subscribe again.
I'll take that one from you.
Get your mom to subscribe, and I wouldn't even tell some of your neighbors to come subscribe, because they won't regret all the good stuff I got coming up. But thanks everyone. Ain't that the cat's ass?
He's eating the bits, like you said.
Yeah, he's going right for the plastic tape. It's his favorite toy in the world. Get over there. So cheers, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday, and we'll catch you on the flip side.
Yeah, I'm going to go and jump over and do a live stream in
You're
about
going up?
5
Okay.
10 minutes.
I might come join you and get off the floor here.
Yeah, come on. Yeah, tell you what, come over and show me your vintage Star Wars toys.
For sure, buddy. Thanks for coming out, Mark. Thanks, everyone.
Yeah. See you in a bit.
Cheers.